CTV Channel 6 is proud to present the Roundtable. What's happening in the city, what's going to be coming up in the city. Roundtable gives us a chance to sit down with some celebrities, public officials, people who are important to the community.
In my 5th term.
Yeah, it worked out.
5.5 months as the sheriff.
We're a public agency.
We needed a program where we could have a little more in-depth time, find out more about them, who they are, what they're doing, find out what their thoughts are, and let you have a chance to get to know them a little better. And good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of Roundtable. My name is Paul Ding. I'm going to host these programs which appear in Marine City and in St. Clair. We welcome you to the program and thank you very much. As always, we always have some very interesting guests. No different today. We are welcoming the president of the Port Huron campus of that wonderful institution called Baker College, Miss Connie Harrison. Nice to see you. And along with you, you brought the latest, newest person to St. Clair County and to Baker College, and that is the chef of the new Culinary Institute of Michigan's Port Huron campus, Tom. You pronounce it.
Ressinella.
Ressinella. That's just such a good, beautiful name. It's got to be repeated a couple times. Ressinella. We welcome you both to CTV, and thank you very much for coming. There's some exciting things that are going on in Port Huron downtown. Underneath the Blue Water Bridge. You were here probably about a year ago when we had a whole table full of people, Mr. Kaufman, Mr. Bohm, and a couple other individuals, and we talked about the convention center and what Baker College was going to do. We thought you better have you come back and talk about the progress of the Culinary Institute of Michigan. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thanks for asking us to be here. We are excited about the progress. We broke ground October 1st. And the building's going up pretty quickly. We go every week to sort of check out, check it out, yes. Construction meetings, we're very, very pleased. The Thomas Edison Inn is under construction as well. So we couldn't be more pleased with. The walls are up, the underground infrastructure is in place, so parking lot is in, so we're happy.
What will it be when it's finished?
It'll be a state-of-the-art, outstanding, incredible building where we will have wonderful students who are going to learn the trade and the business of being chefs.
Okay. This rendering next to me, is this pretty close to what we're going to see?
Pretty close. The color will be a little bit different. It will be more earth tone colors just to blend in with the rest of the buildings there. But it's going to be 23,000 square feet.
Wow.
The kitchens, the student kitchens will be up on the 2nd floor. We'll have 7 kitchens, is that correct?
6 kitchens.
Six
So
kitchens.
they'll be up here on the 2nd floor.
Yep. And those kitchens will they'll have glass instead of a wall. They'll be part glass so people can see in and see what the students are doing. On the bottom floor, we will have a 50-seat restaurant.
Wow.
Which won't be open for about a year or so because it is a lab, which means that our students, it's a learning opportunity. It's going to be there on the left. And then on the right will be a multi-purpose room that eventually we may make into an ice cream parlor or something
I
like that.
But that part.
That's down the road. That's down the road.
Had the opportunity to take a drive down Edison Parkway just a week or so ago, and as you said, the wood is up for both stories.
Yep.
The blocks,
Yeah.
and it's coming along. I was surprised at how close to the parkway it is. It's right up front, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's a beautiful view. I mean, on the side where it says, if you can point right there, where it says
Over
the
here?
sim, yep. That's actually all glass, all the way up to the 2nd floor, and that is right over there where it says the sim, yep, right there. So that's all glass, so it will be able to take in the site, the Blue Water Bridge, and that's actually going to be our student lounge area.
Oh, that'll be wonderful.
So when the students, have an opportunity to take a break, they can sit there in the lounge and really take advantage of the scenery.
Let's go back in history a little bit. This has sort of been a thought of yours and of Baker College for a number of years. Let's review that.
Well, my journey started about 4 years ago with the Baker College administration. Mr. Jim Cummins is our CEO of Baker. Went to him with that idea of I'd like to bring the Culinary Institute of Michigan, which is the one we have in Muskegon, to Port Huron, because we would have a west and an east SIM. And it's a huge undertaking, as you can well see. So we thought through that process. It took several months for us to be okay with that, and then it just took a very long time to get the right site. A lot of ups and downs along the way, but I feel that it's just the perfect site, and along with the Thomas Edison Inn and the Convention Center, great synergy. We've already got a great student body. I mean, everybody's just so excited about it. So we've actually started students this past fall.
You brought along a PowerPoint, and if Tom will pull that up for us, you can go through that, and we'll see some of the students, and talk to me about there you go, you had your groundbreaking on October the 1st.
I'm going to let Tom talk about some of the students, because he's the one that actually ran that project.
So this is early stages of construction.
Early stages, yeah.
As we're getting up to when we start to see the students, we had an information session. We wanted to get our students involved in something, working with food. So we thought that having them do some nice garnishes and some fruit carvings would be a great way to allow them to work with food, because they're just in lecture classes right now.
Okay, here we go. Oh, look at all that fruit.
We had 4 wonderful students who stepped up and volunteered, and they actually had only about 2 hours worth of preparation time prior to going live in front of a room full of people, and then carving these different items.
Had to be really exciting for them. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
It was great. They had a blast. You know, one of them right there on the right, Sangaroon right there, she's a natural at it. So I just let her go. I gave her whatever she needed, and
look at the
They
apple.
just had a great time.
Yep, that's an apple which will become a
Oh,
swan.
look at that.
Yeah,
Isn't that gorgeous?
amazing?
What is it's a watermelon next
It's
to
a
it.
watermelon, yes.
And go back,
Watermelon.
what's the next one there, Tom?
That's a lemon.
What is that?
That is a series of grapes and pepper that they made into a palm tree.
Oh,
And they made a little skier, and they made some different holiday things, an angel and a reindeer head and things like that. But it gave them an opportunity to really utilize their skills, their hand skills, and which is very important.
The professionals. I like that. Tom, talk to me about culinary education. You've got quite an extensive background. Give us a little bit of that, and tell us what you're looking forward to here.
Well, I started in culinary education about 17 years ago here in Michigan, actually, as an adjunct at Washtenaw Community College.
Oh,
And I decided that I would, because I'm originally from Michigan, I decided I might like to consider doing it full time. So I looked into it. I ended up at the State University of New York in Delhi, New York, up in the Catskill Mountains. So I was there for
pretty area.
almost about 14 years. Yeah, it's much like Michigan weather-wise, just with some hills. When my wife and I looked at it. And then, we had been wanting to get home, and, we're looking and looking, and we saw this wonderful opportunity here, and it just was too good to pass up. It's an opportunity for me personally to utilize all of my experience over my career, and then put it all into one project. Have a great building, brand new program, but with a very well established curriculum already, a very excellent curriculum, and put all of my experience as a chef, be it from when I owned my own restaurant with my wife to all the private clubs that I worked in, and a lot of catering and banquet experience, and just bring it all together. And I think the thing as far as culinary education itself goes, it's very important that students that go into culinary need to understand that what they're going to do is run a business for somebody, be it themselves or someone else. It's just not cooking. They're going to be running a business. And the thing, when I researched Baker, before I made this, it was a big decision to come back. I've been where I was for almost 14 years. What I really loved about Baker was the fact that it's very business oriented for the students, and it's very real world. It is real world. They utilize what they do. They utilize the internship model for their students. And then even more importantly, it just doesn't stop when the student graduates. Baker is concerned about where they're going to be after they graduate, and helping them get there, and placing them, and making sure that they're working in their chosen profession. And that was really a selling point for me. So I looked at my wife and I said, I think this is the next stop in our life, which was our opportunity to come home. So I think culinary education in the United States is at a point now where programs such as what we have are really strong programs, because there's a lot of programs that are like paper tigers. They don't have much substance to them. They're just building off the fluff of what people see on TV. But this program, this curriculum is based in reality, and it's made to to lead students to a path of success through their career.
How long is the curriculum? I mean, how long will it take a student from start to finish?
It's a 2-year, it's a
Two-year
AAS
program?
degree, yes, in culinary arts, and then we also have an AAS in food and beverage management that will start in the fall as well.
Connie, you had brought along before a video which is on the website of Baker College in Muskegon.
Right.
And it really shows what they've done over there, and you're
Right.
pretty much going to assimilate all of that over here?
Absolutely, right. Actually, we're getting ready to shoot a video for our program in early January that will mirror the video from Muskegon.
But you won't, at that point, you won't have your kitchens done or anything else?
No.
No, but...
No. Well,
but
we
as
plan to be, the students being in the kitchens in March.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful,
Yes.
wonderful. Well, if Mr. Kephart will roll that video for us, we'll take a peek at the Culinary Institute of Michigan in Muskegon, Michigan.
Black freezer to state-of-the-art ovens to silicone baking sheets to a line of mixers that recognize ingredients. We're going to teach students what they need to know to succeed in the real world. They can open their own business, they can start a catering company. From Baker College, one of the nation's leading career colleges.
That really gives a great explanation of what you're going to do over on this side of the state. I mean, it's a very successful school over there. How many years have they had the school in Muskegon?
About 14.
Oh, about 14?
Yeah, it's taken them 14 years to get to that point. And Chef Rob White has done an excellent job, obviously, with the program.
Good. We've got two drawings here. This is the drawing of the school itself. And what have we got here? And if you'll make sure I don't drop it there. Sure. What's the next one? Oh, this is the whole campus.
Yep, that's the whole campus, and you can see the culinary building to your left.
And this is the existing
Thomas Edison Inn.
motel portion of the Thomas Edison Inn.
Right.
So there's going to be plenty of parking. And then somewhere down the road, you're talking
Housing.
housing. But now that's not coming at this
Not
point.
yet, not yet. If we happen to have interest from out of state, which we hope we will, Tom's already building the advisory board, and he's going out into New York and other places as a strategic move, but to get the best people on our board. So if we do happen to get somebody from out of state, we'll look in the city for lofts or apartments or something like that until we
that'd
can
be
do
great.
the housing.
Yeah.
So.
Tom,
Yes.
what were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to say my goal is to fill those for Dr. Harrison and those two residence halls there, and as the program grows, because I think it's going to grow very, very quickly in a good way, though. I just think the excitement of having it there.
Yes.
And there's so many wonderful things going on along the St. Clair River already.
Right.
And this is just going to be another aspect of that.
Let's talk about that at this point. How are the two organizations, the Convention Center and Baker, going to work together?
Well, between the hotel, which is the Doubletree, Hilton Doubletree, and the Convention Center, for instance, the Meritage group,
Yep.
which is now called the Freighters Restaurant,
Right.
we decided our kitchen equipment sort of together so we could have economies
great.
of scale. And so our students would be familiar with the same kinds of
Great
equipment.
idea.
That's that part of that internship where we can send them over to get some of that experience at a hotel, and then at a convention, 300 person type of conventions, our students will have the opportunity, if they're at a point where they can do that, at the convention center, and then as well as other restaurants through the community. So
Oh, that's wonderful.
yeah, we're very excited about it. So we've really worked hand in hand with the whole group. I mean, like I said, great synergy. We're all very excited about it, whatever we can do to help each other. And like what we've been saying to each other is we're just good neighbors, and whatever a good neighbor can do to help out, that's what we want to do.
Any final thoughts, Tom? I just think it's so exciting for the community.
Just for me, I'm very excited to be a part of it. It's wonderful to be a part of it. And just with the students that we have already, you can just see their excitement. And I was able to get them involved this past November in the Taste of Port Huron, which was the first ever. And just to see the excitement, not only of the students that were there, but all of the merchants and the restaurant owners that took part in that, and all of the people that came, and it was packed the whole time. Just to see that, and my mind kind of jumped ahead to the future, thinking, wow, where we're going to go from here it's going to be an amazing journey for everybody. So I can't wait to get into the building and to see students in the labs.
What kind of prerequisites should a student have before they come to you?
They need to be serious that it's something that they really want to do. And it's funny you asked me that, because somebody asked me that question last night of what is one thing that a new culinary student didn't think of. And usually it's the math aspect of how much math there is in culinary. And inevitably somebody in high school told them, if they're high school age students, that if they weren't good in math, they should go into cooking. And they get in there and that's obviously anything further from the truth, because you're working with food costs, labor costs, overhead, all these things that you need to think about.
How much flour to put into my pancakes?
So I think just an idea based in reality of what they want. If they think they're just going to come and all they're going to do is cook like they see on one of the TV shows for 2 years, and that's all it's going to be. That's not what it's going to be. So.
It's going to be a little bit of work.
That's why, absolutely. It'll be hard work, but it's good. It's vigorous work, but it's good work. If you love it, it never seems like work. I haven't felt like I've really worked my whole entire life.
And that's a wonderful way to be.
Yeah.
Wonderful way to be.
I think another exciting thing that I want to bring up is Tom's experience with the students. And what I'm excited for our students is that he has taken students to national competitions.
Wonderful.
And he's actually won the competition several years
Great.
in a row. So that's my goal in the future, that once our students get to that point, we can enter them in national competitions, and then we can bring home blue ribbons or whatever they're called. I'm not quite
Trophies,
sure. Yeah, trophies, yeah. So I'm very excited about that, to be at that national competition level.
Well, it's going to be wonderful to watch it grow, and I salute both of you and congratulate both of you, and congratulate you, Dr. Harrison, to getting the inspiration to keep it going and get it actually ground broken on it. So.
Yeah, it's exciting. We're excited.
Tom, very nice to meet you again. Good seeing you. Good seeing you.
Thank you very much.
And thank you much. That's about it for this edition of the Roundtable. If they've got a question, how should they contact you guys?
They can call the college at 810-985-7000, and they can ask for me, for Tom, or
or they can go to baker.edu.
Edu,
That's
right.
a nice, simple
Yeah.
web page.
Yes.
Till next time, I'm Paul Dingerman. Thanks very much for tuning in.